Have you ever felt like, no matter how hard you work, you're still not even close to being rich? Most people say they want to be rich. But here's the harsh truth. Wanting isn't enough. If you don't stop and ask yourself the right questions, you'll spend your whole life chasing money and never actually catch it. That's why we created ZestifyUp. It's not just a YouTube channel. It's a rebellion against wasted potential. It's for people who are done being trapped in patterns they didn't choose and ready to take back control of their mind, money, and mission. Here, we cut through the noise. We post weekly insights designed to jolt you awake and move you toward the future you know you were meant to create. So today, I'm giving you 11 powerful questions, plus a bonus, that will reveal if you're truly ready for wealth or if you're just pretending. I'll warn you, some of these will sting. Some will call out the excuses you've been clinging to. But if you're serious about freedom, money, and building a life on your terms, stick with me. And hey, if you feel the fire already, hit that like button. It tells me you want more raw, vulnerable truths like this. And it pushes ZestifyUp out to more people like us. Let's dive in. The first question to ask yourself is, why do I want to be rich? If your answer is cars or mansions, I'll be real with you, you won't last. Because Lamborghinis don't get you through 16-hour days. And when you hit your first wall, mansions won't be enough to pull you through the pain. Reflect on your real reason. Superficial desires won't sustain effort through tough times. But a deeper why, protecting your family, escaping debt, breaking a generational curse, buying back your time, that's the kind of fuel that keeps you moving when everything feels impossible. So go ahead and dare to ask yourself, why do you want to be rich? Drop your reason in the comments. Let's inspire each other. Take Oprah. Her why wasn't money, it was freedom. Freedom from poverty, freedom from people who tried to control her, freedom to give a voice to millions who had none. That's what made her unstoppable. So let me ask you right now, is your why shallow, or is it strong enough to carry you through hell? Because weak reasons collapse, but strong reasons, they build empires. Once you know why you want wealth, the next step is to define what that wealth actually looks like. Because if your vision is blurry, your actions will be too. If you want to be rich, then the next question to ask yourself is, what does being rich mean to me? Forget what Instagram says. What's your vision? Does it mean being able to take care of your parents, travel whenever you want, or just sleep peacefully, knowing you're safe? Close your eyes. Can you picture it? If not, you're chasing a shadow. Wealth isn't just about stacking cash. If you say $1 billion without context, it's just noise. Money without meaning is like fuel with no car. Wealth has to be personal. For Warren Buffett, it's not yachts or private islands. It's owning his time. That's why he still lives in the same house he bought in the 1950s. For him, freedom mattered more than flexing or showing off his yachts. So let me ask you, what does being rich look like for you? Is it waking up without an alarm clock? Is it moving your parents into their dream home? Is it having the power to walk away from any job, any deal, any person that drains your soul? Define what being rich looks like personally. Lifestyle, relationships, daily activities. Close your eyes and paint the picture. Where do you live? Who's around your table? What problems disappear once money stops being a problem? That's your wealth blueprint. And here's the truth. If you can't define wealth clearly, you'll chase shadows forever. Which takes us straight into the next question. A number in your bank app doesn't drive you. A vision of your life does. If you got value from this video, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who's hungry for more. Next question to ask yourself is, what's my unfair edge? What are my unique strengths? What do I do better than most people? Money doesn't chase average, it chases excellence. Think about it. You don't need to be great at everything. You just need to be world-class at one thing. Share your hidden talent in the comments. Let's lift each other up. Elon Musk didn't try to become a motivational speaker. He went all in on engineering and problem solving and built Tesla and SpaceX. Serena Williams didn't split her focus between 10 hobbies. She mastered tennis so deeply, the world had no choice but to pay attention and pay her. Here's the trap most people fall into. They waste years patching up weaknesses instead of multiplying strengths. But strength is where your unfair advantage lives. That's where the money shows up. Jack of all trades stays broke. Specialists get paid. Identify your unique strengths, then focus ruthlessly. 1 or 2 areas where you can dominate and turn skill into wealth. Question 4 to ask yourself is, what has kept me from starting? Let me ask you again, why haven't you started yet? And what's the real reason? Be brutal with yourself. Is it fear, laziness, or a stack of excuses disguised as reasons? I'll start when I have more money, when I have more time, when everything's perfect. Face the truth. This is the trap. This is the cage most people stay locked in forever. Jeff Bezos didn't wait for the perfect moment. He started Amazon in a tiny garage while working a full-time job. Messy, imperfect, and uncertain. But he started anyway. Every move he made after that built on the courage to act first, figure it out later. And that brings up the next question. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to get moving? Because action demands trade-offs. Someday isn't coming. Today is the only day you have. Let's move on to question number 5. What am I willing to sacrifice? Wealth requires trade-offs, so ask yourself, what am I prepared to trade today for the life I want tomorrow? You may sacrifice weekends, comfort, even relationships. It's painful, but temporary. Steve Jobs sacrificed the comfort of a steady paycheck, a predictable career path, and the safety of normal life to build Apple. That sacrifice of stability is exactly what created the instability that changed the world. And today it fuels millions of jobs worldwide. Once you've made peace with sacrifice, the question becomes, when will you start making moves? Question 6. What can I do today to get started? Stop waiting. The first step is never glamorous, but it's everything. Richard Branson didn't build Virgin by waiting. He sold music records out of his car. Question 7. Which actions must I repeat daily? Habits build wealth. LeBron James didn't become great from one game. It was practice every single day. The same is true for wealth. Saving, learning, selling, building. But daily effort means nothing if you can't see whether it's working, which leads us to measuring progress. Question 8. How will you know you're making progress? How will you measure progress? What you don't measure, you can't improve. Track your savings, track your skills, track your growth. Numbers don't lie. Kobe Bryant studied game tape every night to measure improvement. That's why he dominated. But you don't have to do it alone. You can model those who've done it already. Guessing is for gamblers, tracking is for winners. Question 9. Who's done this before? No one climbs Everest alone. Success leaves footprints. Study those ahead of you. Mukesh Ambani studied global oil giants before building Reliance into one of India's largest companies. Your mentors may never meet you, but their books, podcasts, and interviews can still guide you. Wealth leaves clues. Smart people follow them. Who's your money mentor? Give them a shout out in the comments. But following isn't enough. You need new skills of your own. Question 10. What new skills must I acquire? The rich are skill collectors. Mark Cuban learned sales, negotiation, and coding long before he was a billionaire. You need tools: sales, investing, communication, leadership. Each skill multiplies your earning power. But even with skills, you must ask, are you prepared for the weight that wealth brings? The more skills you master, the less luck you need. Finally, ask yourself, am I ready to handle wealth? Can I responsibly handle financial prosperity? Am I equipped to navigate wealth wisely? Money isn't just freedom, it's also pressure. Lottery winners go broke because they weren't ready. Wealth magnifies your flaws. If you can't manage $1,000, then 1 million will destroy you. Money doesn't change you, it just exposes you. And this brings us to the bonus, the question that separates dreamers from the 1% who actually make it. And here is a bonus question. Am I brave enough to be different? Here's the real secret. The rich aren't just smart. They're different. They think differently. They act differently. They refuse to follow the crowd. Think of Elon Musk being mocked for rockets, or Rihanna launching Fenty in an industry that told her she couldn't. They weren't scared to stand out, and that's why they stood above. You will never be rich by fitting in. You will only be rich by standing out.
So there you have it, the 11+1 bonus question that reveal if you're truly ready for wealth. Here's my challenge to you. Pause after each question and write down your answer. Don't just consume, act, because watching videos won't make you rich. Answering honestly and living differently might.
Now I want to spark a debate. Do you think being rich is actually worth it, or is it an illusion that just brings more problems? Drop your take in the comments. We'll be reading every single one. If you want deeper weekly insights, join ZestifyUp. That's where we go even deeper, no fluff, no hype, just strategies that help you grow. And if this video gave you value, hit like. It's free, it keeps me going, and it tells me this community actually cares about building something real. You're either building your dream, or you're building someone else's. The choice is yours.
And if life feels like it's falling apart, don't panic. This next video reveals 11 powerful things you can do immediately to take back control.